Steve, halfway through the season already. Give me an assessment of the Bombers as you sit here after Week 5 and get ready to head to Elder.
We're still growing up. uh, we've the kids play hard. We lost a tough one Week 1 against Lakota West at Lakota West, and then reeled off 3 straight victories. And our offense has really progressively gotten better defensively. We're still trying to figure a few things out. And then we lost in a barn burner to Moeller last week. It was a great game. We had a chance at the end to tie it, but we're still growing. The kids, they work hard, they try real hard, they give great effort, and we're getting better. But we're not where we need to be. But it's also Week 5. You still have 5 weeks to continue to grow and develop, and you still have a chance at a league title, even though you stubbed our toes of first game. But we're getting better, and I'm excited about them.
Talk about obviously getting better from last year to this year, Chase Herbstreit, the numbers, and just watching and seeing more of a diversified, maybe throwing the ball, running the ball. How is Chase different this year, and what have you done offensively to allow him to be more versatile, if you will?
That's a great question. I think it's a couple of things. You've got a young man that's been playing varsity football since his sophomore year. So if you don't learn something your sophomore year and your junior year, going into your senior year, there's problems. Then it's a me issue and not a kid issue. I think the other issue is we changed offenses. Our offense coordinator went to the college level late last year, so we went back to some of the things we've done in the past. We've simplified. As you mentioned, there's a Q run component. Some of our stuff is Q-driven run game. And Chase is deceptively fast. He's a really deceptively quick, fast kid. He wouldn't time well on a 40-yard dash. I mean, he wouldn't time poorly, but he wouldn't light it up and everybody say, oh, wow, did you see his 4.5? But he's deceptively fast, and he plays faster than he is, and he's a senior captain. His leadership has been fantastic. So you combine all those things, 3-year varsity player, simplified system, you allow his athleticism to take over, and good things happen.
Daniel Vollmer's a guy who in this game, the game last year between you and Elder here was crazy. Elder wound up on a Ryan Brass 9-yard touchdown run. Doug Ramsey decided to go for 2. Brass made it. They won 32-31. But Daniel Vollmer for you in that game had one of those games for the ages, ran 200-plus yards. And how is he this year? I know he's a junior. So what does he do for your running game?
He does a lot of things. I think Daniel could wear a leather helmet. He's really that. You know what I'm saying? He's such a throwback. I mean, he's played quarterback for us. He's played slot receiver. He's played running back. He's punted for us. He returns kicks. He can do just about anything. We line him up a little bit as a defensive rush specialist. He's just old school. He's a football player, and I love football players. So Daniel has, as I said, he lines up all over the field. He can carry the ball. He can catch the ball. He can throw the ball. I think he's very difficult to defend. And I think he's created more so than just what he does running. He can be a matchup nightmare because he can line up in so many different places that I think has opened things up for a lot of our other athletes.
I know Elder's lost a lot of guys too. You lost a key one in Gordy Solfstead, who's going to play at the University of Notre Dame. You lost him in the second scrimmage. How big of a loss, anytime you lose somebody like that, but I know this is a kid who's really talented, and how big of a loss was that?
Well, if I sat here and said, oh no, it's a Notre Dame bound football player. I mean, come on, he's a great player. And like you said, Elder's had some huge losses too. I thought that Maddox Arnold was a tremendous linebacker. So you can't say it doesn't hurt, because it does hurt, but you can't do anything about it. As we tell the kids, this is adversity. This is life. Life's going to punch you in the face, and life does not care about your feelings. So we got to move on, and it's next man up. So we've really challenged those kids to grow and develop, and we've taken on that mantra of next man up, clear the mechanism, let's get better, focus, and we're here. We're where we are today. Let's move forward.
Every year you start Week 5 Boulder, then Week 6 Elder. So those are back-to-back difficult ones. What about going over the pit? This is obviously, you need to win this game. I mean, you mentioned about the GCL race. Obviously, you got to win this game. What problems does Elder possess? I mean, they're off to Terrific. A big win last week, last second field goal against Louisville St. X. They're 4-1. We lost to Lakewood St. Edward. How good is this team, and what are your concerns about Elder?
Boy, they play hard. They play hard physically. And, I grew up on the west side of town. My brother's an Elder graduate, and I thought I was going to end up at Elder the whole time. So I think it's a special place to go and play. I really think that Elder, the Pit, is a great place for a high school kid to experience the game. I thought last week our home crowd was fantastic. It was a sold-out game. But going to an opponent's field in a place as historic as the Pit, in a packed house, and they're going to have the split the pot going on, and all, they're going to have all the tailgating going on. What an experience for a high school kid. So I'm excited about the opportunity. I know our kids are excited about it. Boy, they just play hard. And you talk about injuries, they just get a next guy in that plays incredibly hard. He may not be as big as the other guy. He may not be as fast, but he plays equally as hard. And Coach Ramsey's done such a great job for years with that program. I guess he would probably be the most tenured, I'm guessing, the most tenured coach in the city anymore with one program. And offensively, they do some things that are very unique. We've played against it forever, so I would really struggle to play if I was a team just going in to play Elder's offense one time, like an out-of-state opponent to come in, because, boy, he does a lot of nuanced, different things that it's really neat. It's really neat to watch, harder to prepare for, but no, their kids just play so hard year in and year out. That's why they've had the success they've had.
Well, I can tell you this. I don't know if he's the most tenured in the city, but 27 years of the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown. He's the only dude who's coached in every one of them at the same place. Back in 1998, he's still going. Now, you mentioned about an experience for a high school kid. This is just a dump of a facility here at St. X. I don't know. This is incredible. This is the first time I've seen it, and we're in your office, obviously, but my goodness. This has to, people talk about wanting to go to your workplace every day.
Sure.
If you don't want to come here, there's something. Maybe you ought to get out, right? This is pretty incredible.
Well, the Long Blue Line has been awful generous. They really stepped up. The Charlie and Sis Wolf family locker room. The Wolf family is synonymous with St. Xavier High School. But no, a lot of the alumni just pulled together and raised a lot of money. And it is a special place. And like you said, if you can't wake up in the morning excited about coming to work, a place like this, you better have your head examined.
Well, here's how nice it is. I'm trying to open a window, which I thought was the door to your office. I don't know whether nice or just how clueless I am, but
you just can't see.
I can't see, but it looked like a door. I was looking, where's the handle? But this has to be. It does give you. Especially for kids. Especially when you see some of the other places. It's you hope, and I know you instill in these kids to make sure you appreciate what you got.
Yeah, we talk about that with the kids all the time. It's like, there's so many guys that played in this program, or you look at some of the storied programs at St. X, the swimming program or theater program, and all the great kids that were involved in the past that keep giving back. We owe it to them to be our individual best every day, because this stuff doesn't happen overnight. But Tom, it's like in the collegiate ranks today, you see what some of these like, what is it, at Clemson, they have like a slide. It starts in the fourth floor and it goes all the way down. What do you need a slide for? What is that all about? But no, it was overdue. It was needed. We needed to renovate the locker room facility and the meeting rooms, and man, they did a great job with it.
Smells better in here. You can go to the bathroom too. There's some other amenities.
Geothermal as well.